welcome to Girlapeutic. It's your home of therapeutic girl talk. Listen, today we are asking the question, what is the expectation with adult friendships? We already know that adult friendships can be hard. I guess finding an adult friend can be hard because you've had an amalgam of life experiences, okay? So the question is, do you have... What is that?
Mother just intelligent. What?
What?
Like, let me get my... Oh, that's it.
So you have a lot of experiences that you've had, meaning as an adult, you've come in maybe bruised from previous friendships, okay? Mm-hmm. So what is the expectations, or should you have expectations for adult friends? Are there expectations that you set when making friendships? What about your friends? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the yes. Because for me, I think if you don't have an expectation, I feel like you have expectations in any relationship, right? It's not a verbal expectation, it's not one that you've written out, but you have an expectation of them because I hold my friendships to a standard, right? Mm-hmm. So I expect what? Loyalty. Okay, yeah. I expect honesty.
Yeah.
Okay, I expect some transparency, I guess. Mm-hmm. I expect some fun. Right. So I think those are things that I'm not going to my friend like, hey, you don't meet this requirement.
Right, so you got to go.
I think my expectations from friendship stemmed from how I am as a friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when those expectations weren't necessarily always met, or like they were in some cases disappointing, I would adjust accordingly. Mm-hmm. That could look like me not being friends with them anymore, or just knowing that that's them, and if it's something that warrants a conversation, okay, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just adjust and you know that that's how that person is, and you just move on and try not to put yourself in a situation to be disappointed by it, because you know that that's not the expectation that they have,
that they deserve,
or that they deserve. Exactly. So definitely, I think in my friends, it stemmed from, oh, okay, I see the same quality that I see that I would give to you, you would give to
Absolutely.
me. So we could definitely make things shape, because I can trust you in that aspect to know that you have my best interest at heart, just like I have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree with both of those. And for me, it was kind of difficult because I'm like, I've not always had good friends, but as an adult, I've really had some good friends. But I will say one thing that I expect from my friend, and it's so simple, but I expect you to like me for me. Mm-hmm. Like, don't, because I think once you get older, a lot of those friendships, they just aren't genuine. Mm-hmm. So you have to really be careful to make sure that, I want to make sure my friends are around because they like being around Deija. Mm-hmm. Not because they think Deija is going somewhere, so I want to attach myself to her, or vice versa. You don't want to do that to other people. So there needs to be a genuine liking of one another. Like, we just like to have fun, we can talk, we can communicate, and there's no ulterior motive. Because that's weird, and that can get very unhealthy very fast, especially if you're the type of person to where you're not like that. So it may take you a while to figure out that's why this person wants to be around.
Exactly.
So I think that's important, along with everything that you guys have said.
Because I think before you're an adult, you put all your friends in like one group, right?
Yeah.
And I think once you have matured, you realize that you may have different friends for that serve different purposes. Mm-hmm. So all your friends cannot be a part of like the inner circle, right? Because there's a sense of vulnerability there that everyone does not deserve access to.
Exactly.
So I think I definitely agree. I have to be able to know that I'm getting in return what I'm going to give to you. Mm-hmm. And I'm not setting an expectation for you that I'm not going to meet myself.
Right.
Because that's not going to be fair.
Yeah.
So if I'm giving you 100% loyalty or whatever, then that's what I expect on my behalf.
Because that only makes sense.
That only makes sense.
I think anything aside from that is just like you said, the motive's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you feel like you can't give that to me, then you're there for other reasons. Right. It's just the bottom line. And then at that point, it's no longer a two-sided friendship. It's a one-sided friendship. Because one person is trying to be a true friend, whereas the other person has a different motive, or there's something that's benefiting them in a way that's not benefiting me. So, as far as a friendship
Because
goes.
that's mentorship.
Period.
At this point.
At this point, I'm your mentor.
And that's not a friendship.
And that's okay if that's
a
what
different type of
nature,
that's
right.
a different
But
type of relationship.
If this was supposed
though.
to be a friendship, I don't want to mentor you because at the end of the day, all of my friends, we're on the same level.
Yeah.
It's not like yes, there are obviously things that you can learn from your friends in different situations, but I'm not coming to you as I need you to guide me through this.
Exactly.
Like, what would you do if blah blah blah? Yes, get advice. That's fine because you can do that, but you're not my source for this, and this. That's what mentors are for. That's what relationships with mentors. Like that's what that's for, but not
Therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I don't expect I'm going to be vulnerable with my friends, but I don't necessarily expect for them to be able to walk me through everything.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, I can't do that for them. It's not
And that's
because
very
your heart's
taxing
not
on a
there.
relationship.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I don't
But at the
think people
same
realize
time-
how exhausting that can be when you're constantly the friend
Pouring out,
that
pouring out.
is the listening ear, and you can't really do vice versa.
Absolutely.
It's very exhausting.
Very.
Especially if it's like that 24/7.
Oh my
because there may
gosh.
be seasons where your friend needs you to be that for
Exactly.
them. But when it's always like that, and then when I got stuff going on, you
You ain't
not
got
free
nothing to
talk.
say, or
Well,
right?
I don't know, sis.
And
like,
then it's back
what
to
you
you.
gonna
Ain't nothing
do?
you said helpful.
Nothing. And then we end up talking about you again.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
oh.
let that go, baby, because you're not serving me.
All right, so let me ask you this. You said one of the key things for you, or expectations, unsaid expectations, is being able to be yourself, or to be accepted like as who you are completely. I think my biggest expectation is loyalty. Honestly, I keep saying that, but I think my desire is really for a very high level of loyalty. And for me, I need to be able to trust when my back's turned, and if I feel like that's compromised, then really there's nothing. Like, I don't even compartmentalize the relationship. It's like gone.
Just done.
It's just done, because if I feel like you're not a safe space, then there's nothing else left there. So I think loyalty, for me, that is a huge thing.
Yep.
What would be yours?
Same. The level of trust that I know that for a fact, if you was to say anything behind my back, you would have no problem saying it to my face. I need to know that about you in order to even think about giving you that type of loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Because I think loyalty starts with realness and like you being genuine. So yeah, if I feel like initially, if your character is in a certain way, you can kind of see certain things about somebody.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, you may not be loyal to me in that aspect. Also, too, a big one, I can't remember, was it one of y'all? One of my kind of deal breakers is the ability to be my complete self. Not half of Brooke, not 3/4 of Brooke, like my complete self. I think that's who I include in my inner circle, quote unquote, because it just, you let this guard down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be your complete self, your goofy side, your mad side, your funny side. And I think that's very telling, because we all have our, I guess you could say, our things. You know what I'm saying? Our things that make us us, whether it's good or bad. And I think a true friend is able to stick with you through that and not be turned off or not want to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about toxic stuff, but just stuff about yourself that is I know that about her, but I love her to death. It don't change anything. For me, that's very important, because we are who we are, and I think it's a beauty when you can meet someone that accepts that for who you are.
Yeah. And I agree with you guys as far as loyalty too, but one thing that I take into consideration is it genuine loyalty? Because sometimes you have people who prove their loyalty to you by just saying yes, 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 agreeing with everything that you do. And that's not the type of loyalty that you look for. I need you to be real with me. If there's something that I'm doing, be loyal enough to be like, listen, that's probably not what you want to do. Even if it bothers me and I get mad, because more than likely we're human. And when you get told no, that bothers you sometimes, especially if it's
Yeah.
something you really want. It's like, no, that's probably not the best idea. Like, think this through. I need you to be honest, not
Hold
just
me accountable.
yeah.
Those
I don't
people are
want-
called echo chambers.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't want echo chamber friends.
I don't want a fan.
Cause that echo chamber friend, when you are not thinking clearly, will tell you to go on ahead and y'all be in mess. Okay. Nah, you need that one that's gonna be like,
You be on jailbirds. No, what the-
Because that
Right.
that keeps you safe.
It
like
does.
like you said, it should be a safe space, but you value this friendship enough to where I want to not just like emotionally but physically. If
Yeah.
you're gonna do something that could possibly harm you and you tell me, I'm not gonna be like, yeah girl, that's a good idea. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do this, that, and the other. No, you're not supposed to do that, because if you're my friend, just be honest with me. Tell me
Because
the
what those
truth.
people gonna do is they're gonna talk about it behind your back.
Exactly.
She knows she shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
They gonna tell the truth to somebody.
To
even if it's
somebody.
Just
you.
not you.
Yeah.
yeah.
You got something
No
else?
more.
Go ahead.
I can't do clingy. So
Ooh.
have a life.
Mama gotta have a life too.
Yeah. Right. Just like we don't have to talk I don't expect
Neediness.
yeah. I expect it to be a mature friendship between two people. Because in the past, when you growing up, you have that best friend that you talk to every single day. You don't have to be like that, because you just respect the fact that I have a life, and I respect the fact that you have a life. And there are things that are going on. And if we miss out on something, I'm not going to be mad at you because you missed out on this event. Maybe I just didn't even tell you, or you're just busy.
Exactly.
It's not that your heart isn't in it. I'm just busy.
Low maintenance
So,
friendships.
Low maintenance
Yeah.
friendships will save you so much time, stress. Cause you at the end of the day, we have to worry about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave this earth. Granted, we gonna be when we get up there, but we going by ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it don't mean you don't love that person.
It don't.
It's just the respect. Give people their space.
Yeah, because
Yes.
sometimes people get upset not knowing what that other person is going through.
Yeah.
And you
And
place-
why did you didn't ask?
You definitely
Yeah.
didn't ask. You just offended because you feel like this person's not.
or
talking
if you
to me.
asking that person to listen, what is the one thing, if y'all bring me something, I think Deja, you may know, what's the one thing that I say, like if you need to talk to me about something or say something to me, what's the one thing I say before I even like chime
Oh,
in?
you be like, can I say, or can I well, you be asking me,
Yeah.
can I give my, and I'll be like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my point. A lot of times people just assume, but what I'm saying is I ask for permission.
Yeah.
I ask am I supposed to be listening, or do you want me to
Yes,
like
that-
to
Okay,
you know
yeah,
respond
that's
or give input, because these helpers didn't know.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
Because
But
I did
anyway.
know, because I remember a specific situation when I was talking to you at the church house, and you was like, "Can I just say?"
We
for real?
literally
like, can I
just
just
said
speak
that,
what's on my mind? And I was like, "Yeah," but for me, like she asked that, but she never has to ask that because I value her.
But my point is,
But she's
My-
the only one I know of my friend group that does that.
Yeah.
my point is though, I can't be mad if they were to say no. I just want you to listen, because a lot of times we place these expectations on our friendships, like I should have full access to everything at this
Yeah.
moment, when the thing is, okay, that person may need you for this specifically. So I think when you are an adult, you have to know, okay, in a low, especially a low maintenance friendship, okay, that person may not be available because of XYZ. They're going through XYZ. Okay, they may talk to you about it, but maybe they don't need you to read them at that
Exactly,
moment.
at that
Right.
moment.
Maybe they just need you to be a listening ear, and I think
Yeah.
that's a part of it too.
You know when to listen and when they need actual advice, because you don't want to come to you don't want your friend to come to you when they just want you to listen and you give this advice, and then all of a sudden they don't want to talk to you about anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because you come off
'Cause you-
harsh, or
yes.
you come off
You're
whatever.
judging.
It was premature. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to feel a situation out.
And I think
Yeah.
that's a part of it too. Like knowing your friends, when you genuinely want to be someone's friend, you genuinely want to get to know them.
Yeah.
And over time, you do get to know them, and you can read them and kind of gauge those type of situations, when to listen and then when to actually offer advice. But I think to err on the side of caution and just being safe and just respecting your friends' boundaries,
Yeah.
that question right there, ooh, makes all the difference.
And I feel like too, like things that we've just talked about in other videos as far as growth. Like you need to respect your friend's growth. So there could be certain things that change about that friend. But if you genuinely want to be in this person's life and you have that friendship, it's just about, oh, I didn't know you liked that now. Like that's cool. But some people get offended, like, oh, you don't like this anymore? Like we're not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
respect that.
grow.
Yeah. I think you have to respect your friend's growth too, because you would expect that from other people. Because I feel like, for me personally, the friend that I was probably 2 to 3 years ago and the friend that I am now is completely different because my life was different. So I may have needed, like, sister, because you've been here, I may have needed you to really help me and be, you know, kind of, you know what I mean? Whereas now it's a completely different dynamic.
Exactly.
And you have to be able to respect that.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very
I think
true.
that's very telling, and you truly know too at that point, as you start to get older, who's kind of someone in your life that's going to be, you know, around.
Yeah.
When you go through those type of changes and shifts and seasons in life, those people that are still there rocking with you through those moments are probably your lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Just because they're able to withstand the seasons of life because they're probably living theirs as well. But I think that's very, very telling, especially when you start to go through changes, because we obviously don't stay the same our whole entire lives.
Right.
Listen, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Jot down in the comments what you think about this video, what your expectations are for your friends. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you in the next video.
Hi.
Bye.